This is the 2026 Toyota Prius Nightshade Edition. This gold-colored hybrid will save you a lot of green at the pumps with its excellent 53 miles per gallon combined fuel economy. It also has a heated steering wheel, a sunroof, and the distinctly sleek Nightshade Edition features like the blacked-out wheels, badges, and spoiler. This sportier version of the Prius is sure to turn heads when you drive it around town. It also has the Toyota Safety Sense features you've come to know and love, like lane departure alert, blind spot monitors, and the pre-collision system. If you're looking for a new hybrid vehicle, the search always starts and ends with a Prius from Haley Toyota. Today, we're taking Noah Finstrom for a spin. The 5'10" Ford was acquired by Roanoke in November, and the Michigan native already has 7 goals, 6 assists, and a +3 rating in 21 games this year since joining the Dawgs.
Noah, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you, Mitch?
Doing well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you
I'm Mitch Stewart, and this is Driving with the Dawgs.
too.
Yeah, thanks for hopping in here. You think you're ready for a little drive with the dogs?
I think I'm ready.
When you find out that you are heading from Knoxville to Roanoke, what was that day like as far as getting the news? What were maybe those first few conversations like with Dan Bremner when you ended up finding out that you were heading here to Roanoke?
Well, at first it was a pretty big shock. I wasn't expecting it. As most trades go down, you're not really expecting it unless you really want it. And quite frankly, I like Knoxville and I wanted to stay there, but stuff happens for a reason, and now I can't be happier to be in Roanoke. Brems has been nothing but nice to me. I mean, I remember the first week he just wanted me to feel welcome and comfortable, which is very nice, and he definitely did make me feel like that. And yeah, I mean, now we're rolling and can't complain, that's for sure.
You're in your second season now in the SPHL. You started out with Huntsville and then made your way to Knoxville and now here with Roanoke. But I'm just curious to hear, after you had played your college career, what are maybe some of the biggest changes, some of the biggest adjustments that you felt like you had to make in coming into the SPHL versus when you were back at Stevens Point or even at Alabama Huntsville?
The biggest thing just with, each year just developing and moving up in the hockey ranks, I guess you could say, going pro, is just consistency. You have to be consistently doing your job every single night, or else your job's on the line, right? Like, so if you take one day off, like, that could be it. And yeah, it's all about consistency. We have long seasons. Like, it's a grind, and it's mentally and physically tough, and staying disciplined and consistent, finding little things that make you a little more dialed in here and there, or just like focusing on hockey a little bit more away from the rink is definitely a big thing in the pro ranks. And yeah, basically just consistency.
You had started out at Alabama Huntsville, as we'd mentioned, as far as your college career went, and then you end up transferring to Wisconsin Stevens Point. Take us through just kind of that time in your hockey career, as far as maybe making the decision to go to UAH, and then after that making your way to Wisconsin Stevens Point. What was that time like as far as trying to navigate what was maybe best for you at that time?
Yeah, it was a little hectic. I was committed to Stevens Point first, and then Alabama. So they had folded. Then they gained enough money to reestablish the program, and then they called me in the middle of summer and were like, "Hey, yeah, opportunity here. We have 15 incoming freshmen. Like, no guarantees, but it's definitely a great opportunity." And I talked to Kriegs, a coach at Stevens Point. It was a very quick turnaround. I committed to Stevens Point, and then I committed to UAH, and he was cool with it, and that was really nice. And I just personally, I couldn't pass up on that opportunity. And definitely, the team folded after my freshman year, unfortunately, but I have no regrets. It was an awesome year. And then I was very thankful for Stevens Point to let me go back there after that year, and I had an absolute blast there as well. So yeah, my college career was a lot of fun, and yeah, I would go back in a heartbeat.
I saw where you were a finance major when you were in college. What was that level of the college experience like? And then with that degree, is there kind of a deferred route that you'd like to go to maybe once your playing days are over? Is there something that maybe you already have in mind for when your hockey career does wrap up at some point?
Yes. So I was a marketing major at first, and I've always been pretty good at math. So I was like, you know what, I like finance is a very good degree, and you can do a lot with it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot here and try finance. And then at Stevens Point, I had a lot of professors that were financial advisors or even own their own businesses, and now they're just teaching as retirees or whatnot, and I've learned a lot about that business, and definitely created a passion inside me for financial advising. So I've definitely thought about that path after hockey. Yes.
For people that maybe haven't got the chance to watch you play a whole lot, we've had so many games on the road here in the first half of the year, but for anyone that you would be describing your style of play to, what kind of player you are, what would be that scouting report on Noah Finstrom in your own words?
To simplify it, I'd say agility, quickness, deception, and intensity. Working on the intensity. I got to be a little harder sometimes in the corners and whatnot, but speed. That's my name of my game is speed. When my feet are moving, I feel like I'm the best on the ice, and I feel like it's shown recently. And just kind of like a water bug, just all over the place.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think that's very accurate. I think the quickness definitely stands out, but very crafty too, and very skilled when you're on the puck. And I think that the Roanoke fans have gotten to see that here this season, especially since you've come off the IR right around Christmas. You've really been on a heater. You had that goal streak going right at the turn of the year. And then this past weekend, it felt like, at least the first time that I'd really got to see you in that position, you were kind of full-time being deployed at center versus winger. So maybe just take us through this season as far as what it's been like here in Roanoke out on the ice, finding some of that success here of late. And then my second part of that question would just be, what is that adjustment, whether it's the tangible physical part of it that's different in playing center versus winger, or maybe even just the mental side of the game? How does it change when you get slid from the outside, maybe up the middle?
Well, luckily for me, I was a center my whole life up until about my second year in college, and then in college I would take face-offs and then go play wing. So center, the adjustment is not that big of an adjustment. Honestly, I've been loving being in the middle of the ice. I feel like I can see up it better. I feel like I can get the puck with speed more, be more supportive coming up that ice and be involved, which I think is huge for me. I feel like I need to have the puck on my stick in order to create, and being a center has done nothing but helped. And I definitely got to focus more on face-offs. I mean, it's been a while since I've taken them, so I mean, after practice, before practice, just snapping them back a little bit, getting a feel for it. But going from wing to center, it's a big responsibility change too, because you're a little lower in the D zone now, so you got to be worried about those forwards down low. Like I said, a little more responsibility, but I love playing center. I feel like you said, this past weekend I've been finding success there, and I feel like it's just about supporting your wingers and being available and wanting the puck. Brems has been really big recently on just wanting it, just being that guy, and I've been really trying to embrace that, and I've been really liking playing center too.
I'm interested to hear, now that you've seen it from both sides, an away player visiting Berglund Center and having to go against the Dawgs fan base in that regard. And now you're on the other side of it, where you're maybe better received by the Dawgs fans as far as wearing the blue and gold. What is that type of atmosphere like to play in, both as a visiting player and now as a home player here for the Dawgs?
Well, first of all, I mean, playing for Huntsville and Knoxville, not very fun coming to Roanoke. The one big thing that stands out to me is the away bench is probably this far off the ground, so you're basically sitting on the ground on the away bench. So that was just getting on the bench the first time. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? And then you got the fans behind the glass just constantly going at you, and you get a penalty. I pray for you, because you're gonna hear it from these fans. And I mean, the same reason I hated it is the same reason I love it now, because they are awesome. They're so dialed into the game, almost just as intense as us, honestly, when we're out there. And it's awesome to see as a away team coming in here. I pray for you as being a member of the Dawgs now. It is awesome.
Who are the first guys that you would want with you if you are hemmed in on an island somewhere, or just stranded in general out in the middle of nowhere?
I gotta really think about this.
Who are the teammates, or maybe the one guy that you'd be like, I really hope that he's with me?
First guy that comes to mind is my roommate, Corey Doney.
All right. Yeah,
he's a hands-on type of guy, hunter, fisherman, just knows his way around the wilderness. So he's definitely number one for me. I think with Dones alone, we'd be good. So my second guy is going to be Ollie, just for the, for the camaraderie and the locker room talk. For sure. We need Ollie there for us not to go crazy.
Yeah, there you go. The comedic relief, right?
Yeah.
Just past the halfway point, and obviously, as we mentioned, there's been some adversity as far as maybe the makeup of the roster throughout the first part of the year, but you guys are still right in fourth place in the SPHL standings at the time of this recording. Where are you guys at, and where do you feel like the team can still grow and improve heading into the second half of the season to make sure that you guys are ready for April?
I think we're definitely on the right path right now. I feel like we've maybe taken like a step back here and there these past 2 weekends, but overall, like you said, with the IR spots and the call-ups, like the boys are dealing with a lot of adversity right now, and I feel like we're dealing with it pretty good. And Brems always says, like, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and we've been put into some uncomfortable spots recently, but like you said, we're fourth in the standings. We're still trying to motor on here. I think the big thing with us right now is just being confident with the puck. Like we're depleted right now. We don't have, like the depth that we used to, I guess. And we have a short lineup as it is playing. I mean, the SPHL, you play 3 lines, 60. Like, you get a lot of ice time, so there's a lot of opportunities to be that guy. And I feel like with our younger guys, even with myself, I deal with it too. Just wanting that puck and just being the man and having that confidence is huge. And I feel like when we're all, talking energetic on the bench, wanting that puck, that's when we're at our best. And I feel like we could really go on a roll here, and I think this team can do big things for sure.
You had grown up in Michigan, and that's how you ended up maybe getting your start in hockey. Take us through that. What ended up leading you to the game? Obviously, you're up there in the northern part of the Midwest where hockey is.
A lot of hockey.
Hockey is everything
hockey
up there,
town.
right?
Detroit, baby.
Yeah, so take us through that, maybe a little bit more about where you're from or what got you into the game to start with as a kid.
Well, what got me into the game was my dad. He played pro for about 11 years, all through the minors. He's been everywhere, played a year in Germany. So he's, since I could walk, I was putting skates. So it started there, and my parents have been so supportive the whole way, and my life has been hockey, and I'm very blessed for that. It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful sport. And ultimately, my parents ended up meeting in Michigan, so they decided to, grow our family in Michigan. And there's a lot of hockey in Michigan, and that was right when the Wings were going on their runs. I mean, they won in 07, 08, lost in 08, 09. So Hockey Town was alive and well, and still is. They're humming right now, the Wings. But my whole life has been hockey, and I'm very blessed for that.
All right, Noah, we're pulling back into the rink here. I always like to leave it open-ended to you guys at the end of these episodes. Is there anything that I missed or anything you want to say, anyone you want to give a quick shout-out to as we wrap up this episode today?
No, you were dialed. Good stuff on
Thanks,
that.
buddy.
You nailed it. But I guess I'll give a quick shout-out to all those Dawgs fans out there. You guys keep us going and keep us motivated. So, go Dawgs, and shout out to my grandma. Love you. Hopefully you're watching this.
Awesome. Well, Noah, thank you so much for taking the time today. Good luck here the rest of the season, and
thank you.
Hope we'll get you on some more stuff here soon, all right?
Appreciate it.
Driving with the Dawgs is sponsored by Haley Toyota, the official ride of your rail yard dogs. Visit Haley Toyota online at HaleyHasItForLess.com and stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.